We'll have David Kukindo and the 118 of Jeff Kelmel. Then it's the 22, Bob Duzlak Jr. behind the wheel. The 619 of Tommy Bortle, the 43 of Mike McDowell, the 38 of Tim Lucier. We have got a green. We are going racing here in the Extra Mart Street Stock Feature event. Down to turn one, a side-by-side battle between the 328 and the 327. Ray Hall on the top side, Lou Gans bottom.
Ray Hall's going to get the advantage going down the back straightaway from that outside lane. Ray Hall is your leader up into turn three. Lou Ganser will settle into that number 2 spot. Tommy Brandt there for third. And now a side-to-side race for fourth place off of turn 4.
Down they come off turn 4 for the first time to come across the stripe. Score lap number 1 for Ray Hall as they make their way up here through the east end. Hall, your leader. Ganser rides second. Tommy Brandt back there in third. Fourth spot is the 243 of Victor Hopkins. And then it's the 516 of Dan Therian rides fifth.
Your front 5 cars there run single file fashion through the west end. And it's Robbie Speed holding down a number 6 spot. Ed Bashan riding in a number 7 position. And then the field doubles up behind them.
Riding back there in spot number 8 is the wheel deal number 41. That's Todd Goldstein. Now making his move floor number 9 is the 273 of Dave Strebel, rounding out your top 10. The 68X of Dan O'Connor.
Running your way down the back straightaway up into turn 3. Your leader, the 327, Ray Hall, shows the way. He's got a comfortable margin right now over Lou Ganser in the number 2 spots. Things starting to tighten up, however, as Tom Brandt closes in on him as he races there in third.
Ed Bashan making a move down to the inside. He'll pick up a spot as he makes his way down here to turn 1. Cracks the top 5 for the first time this evening. The 165 of Bashan, a winner here a few weeks ago. He now rides in 5th.
So Bashan is 5th. Behind him in 6th is the 273 of Dave Strebel. Todd Goldstein now takes over the number 8 spot. Coming with him is Danny Sanchez. Dan Therian back there in 9th. And Robbie Speed completing a top 10.
It's all Ray Hall on the point as they come down across the stripe down to turn 1. 4 laps have now been completed as we start to close in on that 1/4 mark. Ray Hall with a good, comfortable distance between himself and second place man, Lou Ganser.
Ray Hall been setting the haul and pace out here in front. He's got a comfortable lead, 1 feet car length advantage over Lou Ganser, the number 2 spot. Tommy Brandt still there for third. Ed Bashan rides in 4th, and then 3 cars grouped together the race for 5th.
A good, close group back there for 5th spot right now, as we got them grouping up right behind him as well. We have got a great group of cars right there, 3rd through 9th spot as they make their way up through turn 2, and now down the back chute.
7 cars grouped together in the race here, and look at this now. They want to go 2 wide, maybe 3 wide, as they start to force it a little bit up there in the west end. Lou Ganser's got that number 2 spot. Couple cars getting loose off the corner in turn 4. There's a scramble down here in front, 3 wide. Coming away from it's going to be Tommy Brandt in 3rd.
3, maybe 4 cars out of shape on the front stretch, and everybody gathering it up. Probably the driver that lost the most spots was Dave Strebel, but he got right down to the Jersey barrier, had to back out of it, and lost himself some positions. He'll work his way back towards the front now.
Car that continues its march towards the front is the 165 of Ed Bashan, as he has now muscled his way past the Tommy Brandt car. Bashan now up to 3rd.
Just behind Bashan, we will find the 63 of Danny Sanchez. Sanchez started 18th on the field, now finds himself in a top 5 position. Sanchez on the move off turn 2.
Close quarters racing again as we've got 6 cars grouped up tightly together entering turn 3. Lou Ganser has that number 2 spot. Ed Bashan is down to the inside. Tommy Brandt to the top side. What great, outstanding street stock racing here at Lebanon Valley tonight.
Bashan on the inside, Ganser in the middle, and Tommy Brandt thought about making it 3 wide down the front stretch. Brandt backed out of it. That allowed Danny Sanchez to get by. Sanchez will now show in spot number 4 as he goes to work on Ganser for 3rd.
In the meanwhile, Ed Bashan has taken over the number 2 spot. So Bashan working his way up to the lead cars here as he now takes over the number 2 spot. But don't forget, way out in front continues to be the 327 of Ray Hall.
Ray Hall enjoying a caution-free event thus far. He'll ride there on the point. Now Danny Sanchez makes the pass on Ed Bashan for 2nd.
Down that back straightaway, Ray Hall in command. The race now for the number 2 spot as Bashan tries to battle back and regain the number 2 running position from Danny Sanchez. Sanchez has got the position. Ed Bashan there for 3rd.
Down they come off turn 4 down the front chute. Tommy Brandt pulls in the backstretch pit area. He had a flat tire, thought it might have been a yellow coming, but Brandt down in the pit area. Here we remain under green at the halfway point.
We have passed the halfway mark now. 10 laps in, 10 remain here for Ray Hall. But we've got a couple of competitors closing ground rapidly on your leader. Hall has been there from the get-go, setting the pace so far. But now Danny Sanchez and Ed Bichon have both caught your leader.
Ray Hall will hear the thunder down to turn 1 as Danny Sanchez will go low. Ed Bichon there in the catbird seat. He's going to watch this one unfold. He looks down to the low side. A 3-car battle off turn 2.
Danny Sanchez trying to nose in the lead. Ed Bichon knocking on his back bumper as they go up into turn number 3. It's a 2-car pass of Ray Hall for the lead. Your new leader off of turn 4 is Danny Sanchez. Ed Bichon there second.
Ed Bichon trying to keep in tow with the number 63 of Danny Sanchez. They'll come down to turn 1. Bichon just about 4 feet between the 2 cars as they make their way up here through turn 1 and 2. Down the backstretch, they continue to pull out ground on your 3rd place car.
We got one going up in smoke down here in front. It's the 41 of Todd Goldstein. Let's see if he can get out of harm's way. So far, we've stayed with green flag racing from the get-go here. Danny Sanchez, your leader.
Well, we will go yellow. Yellow lights come out on the speedway as Todd Goldstein with the...
shows an 8th spot with 13 laps complete. Red lights have been turned off. Ready to go back to racing action here in tonight's Extra Mart Convenience Store Street Stock feature.
Well, the green flag is out. We are ready to go back to green, and we do. Down here into turn 1, Danny Sanchez going to lead the way. Ed Bichon trying to come right with him. Bichon getting a little sideways there. Might have cost him just a second, but Danny Sanchez will lead him down off turn 2.
Danny Sanchez, your leader down the back straightaway up into turn 3. Ed Bichon shadowing him up there in turn 3 and 4. And it's a front 2-car breakaway here from the rest of the pack.
Back in 3rd spot, we find the early leader to 327 of Ray Hall. Dave Strebel now making a good charge. Remember, Strebel got all the way down to the inside Jersey barrier a little bit earlier. Lost him a lot of spots, but now he battles back up to get in a top 3 spot.
That race for 3rd place, Strebel takes command of it as Ray Hall got a little wide off of turn 2 that time. That opened up the opportunity for Strebel to take advantage. Now Ray Hall's on the outside as Robbie Speed comes to the inside of him.
Ed Bichon trying to take the outside road down the front stretch. He's going to try and make a move down to turn 1. He'll get that high road. Now try and drop down off the banking off turn 2. Make a run on Danny Sanchez down the backstretch.
Ed Bichon, look out, they come together. Holy cow, what a ride up there in the back straightaway as the front 2 cars make contact. And Danny Sanchez getting the worst of the deal up into the wall. Looked like it was going to be a spectacular flip. And
sounds like the fan hitting the radiator or fan shroud, what have you. Robbie Speed does not come up to speed there on that restart. He is going to lose a spot. Robbie Speed will drop back to 3rd. Your current high point man, Lauren Bro, moves to the runner-up spot.
Down that back straightaway, Dave Strebel with a 273 has got a comfortable margin right now. Lauren Bro has taken over the number 2 position. Here comes Robbie Speed to him. He makes the pass off of turn 4. Robbie Speed up to 2nd.
Speed makes that pass. Bro bobbles a little bit. He's going to drop back a distant 3rd now. He's back there in 3rd spot, but there's about 4 car lengths between himself and the runner-up competitor. Back in 4th spot is the 243 of Victor Hopkins with Ray Hall riding 5th.
In 6th is Dennis O'Connor. In 7th now Bobby Blackburn moving down to the inside of the 69 of Rich Crane. Good race there, 7th and 8th position. Lou Ganser in 9th and now cracking the top 10, the 55 of Adam Haas. He's come from the rear.
Dave Strebel way out in front now as he gets up to the east end. He's got himself a comfortable margin. 17 laps shown complete. They make their way down the backstretch. Strebel, your leader.
Strebel, a comfortable lead here. Robbie Speed in that number 2 running spot. Lauren Bro racing there in 3rd. No challenge for those positions. In 4th spot is Victor Hopkins. Ray Hall completing a top 5 this time by. It's 2 laps to go.
Down the front stretch into turn 1. Strebel with that 2 to go sign. Now we'll start to hear those noises in this automobile looking for win number 1 on the season. Strebel down into turn 3 as your leader.
Dave Strebel has got this one comfortably in command. Through the west end, turn 3 and 4. Down off the banking, in here in front. White flag now coming out. 1 lap left for Dave Strebel.
Then it's the 24 of Robbie Speed. He continues to ride there in the runner-up spot. Lauren Bro back a couple car lengths behind him in 3rd. Your 4th place runner is Victor Hopkins. And back there in 5th spot continues to be the early leader, Ray Hall.
Last time back straightaway through the west end, turns 3 and 4. Off the corner, down here in front, winning tonight's Extra Mark Convenience Store Street Stock feature, Dave Strebel. Dave Strebel, your winner. Robbie Speed finishes second. Lauren Bro across the stripe in third. Victor Hopkins in fourth. And Adam Haas coming from the rear up for a fifth place performance. So there's your Extra Mark Convenience Store Street Stock feature. It goes into the books as we've got a big crash up in turn number 4 on the final circuit here with, looks like 3 cars involved up there and some serious sheet metal damage. Looks like all drivers are climbing from their cars after this major incident up in turn number 4, so that's good to see as it looks like everybody is A-OK. The drivers quickly out of the car here, so 3 cars involved up in turn number 4 here on the final circuit. Meanwhile, Dan Martin has departed the tower.
Victory lane, I guess this is one of those, this one's going to taste sweet. I'm sure you believe that this one, they owe you one. It was a controversial finish in the beginning of the year. A lot of people, and I'm not going to get into it myself, but a lot of people believe that win was yours. A situation where this one's got to feel real good.
We'll live with it.
We'll live with it, huh? Okay, well, I'll tell you, something you got to live with was you had the bird's eye view down the backstretch there, a real strong run coming back up through the field. Some wild things kind of happened right there in front of you.
I saw him getting into it. There was nothing to do. Just hang on.
Hang on is one thing you did right here, Dave. We were just talking. There's some tracks down here, or right down by the Jersey barrier. We saw your hands point that way, your hands point the other way, and you gathered it up. And now you sit in victory lane. The 273 finally hooked up and going back towards the front, huh?
Happy birthday to me.
Ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow is Dave Strebel's birthday. Tonight, he is your Extra Mark Convenience Store Street Stock feature event winner. Dave Strebel picks up the win tonight. We'll celebrate his birthday tomorrow.
So as Victory Lane continues down here trackside with our Extra Mark Convenience Store representatives, and we get ready for tonight's main event of the evening, just prior to the Drivers Point Fund 50-50 raffle draw. Let's get to Speedway celebrations here this evening. First of all, we'd like to wish happy 70th